Hmm. Having quite the hyperactive, hyper intellectual version of ADD this morning. I've probably had about 50 different ideas for videos. Some of them will be made one day, maybe. But just before proceeding, or just as I was proceeding just now, while I was fixing my hair, while I was finger fucking my hair. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Um, it occurred to me that by any, say, censorship of somebody's personal habits, correspondent to media laws, Google Incorporated has acknowledged its role as a media company. YouTube, in particular, who has censored me, and I'm sure they've used my cigarette smoking as an excuse. If that's documented even one time, they've acknowledged their role in their own internal documents as a media company, legally speaking. Oh, there's gonna be some legal battles coming up soon, especially when it all comes out just how deceived the American people were. Now, I'm going to attempt to remember the actual topic of this video that I had decided on in real time while staring at the pause button ever so longingly. I'm not gonna press it. Okay. Let's see how long it takes me to remember. Ah. Oh, wait, it's coming to me. What's on TV isn't helping me, but it helped me remember what came after, before, or something. So, wait, hold up. It's right in there somewhere. Oh, yes. The number one most relevant thing you can possibly. By the way, if you want, I'm holding my cell phone with this hand. Well, now I'm holding it with that hand. See, there's the cigarette. Just so you know, I don't really know why the camera darkens when I achieve certain states of focus, but I have my theories. So, anyways, it will be the title of the video, which is going to be making it all more painful for you to watch me sit here and try to remember it, I'm sure. But, anyways, uh, good times, good times. So, let me get my thinking cup. Here's the deal. If you want to talk to anyone, liberal or, what's left of so called conservatism, there is only one thing that they need to prove to you that they know, or else you don't have to take them seriously And you can tell them that. I'm sorry, I can't take your opinion seriously because you simply haven't been tracking this thing from the get go. You don't know what's going on. It is as if you missed the collapse of the Berlin Wall. It is as if you missed the invasion of Poland. It is as if you missed the trade centers. You just didn't know. And then you just got told shit and you've just been repeating it because you didn't know that the fucking Berlin Wall collapsed. You didn't know that fucking Pearl Harbor happened. Like, why are we going to fucking Germany? Yeah, why are we at war with, like, that's the typical Fox News viewer these days. As well as the typical Bernie supporter. Oh, you see it in the title. But, like, I still don't know what it is, do I? Wait, no, I do know. It's the Maidan. Start talking about Sean Hannity. Oh, I don't watch Sean Hannity. Well, you sound like, you've been just watching Fox News and nothing else. Oh, no, I watch CBS and ABC. I was in an argument with my stepdad. Well, not an argument. I had a discussion. But, we were being friendly and laughing about it and how full of shit most people were. But, I can always find common ground with my stepdad. Fucking old man, veteran. My kind of people. I'm not a veteran in this lifetime, nor would I ever pretend to be one, but, I've fought many wars in many lifetimes. Anyways. I stopped myself from making a video about, like, how I fantasize about, never mind, ripping a certain fat fuck's out of his, yeah. After, like, he had the balls to show up here, and I jumped off my balcony and did a somersault on his car hood. Just missed with the, like, I've done, like, a similar move where I did a somersault over a car and landed with my heel on somebody's shoulder like that. Um, but I've also tried that and missed. And in this fantasy, I missed. And then I came down with the fucking claw. Anyways. Too real for you? See, I'm not a big gun rights person because I think that's a pussy way to fight. Now, I've given away more guns than most people own. But it's just not something I've been into for a long time. Since I was a kid. Like most things, since I was too young to actually be into it, technically. I stopped drinking when I was 19, come on. But anyways, this whole topic fills me with rage. And, if you have a problem with someone willing to fight and die for their country, just go flick any fucking Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan veteran right in the face. Because I'm just doing the same thing that they did. And yes, I'm a little bit bitter that I fucking broke my back in my senior year of high school and I didn't get to join the military. Because, man, the Navy, oh, they're going to pay me $235,000 after 6 years. Am I drooling? Oh, God, that's a lot of money. What the fuck did you even do? Like, I could literally see myself running out of fucking people to help, like in a local area, if I made that much money per year. Doesn't seem like that much money to like fucking rich dumbasses, but you know, most rich dumbasses live beyond necessary means and thus become the most wasteful form of consumers. Somebody like me could take 200 grand a year, start by finding a very competent, close personal friend and making them an administrative assistant and having them uh, start by flipping properties. And within probably 5 years, there'd be no more homeless people, especially not homeless families in the city of Baton Rouge. That's what I could do with $200,000 a year. I'd pay cash money for every fucking dilapidated piece of shit property in town, one at a time. Half of them resell or rent, half of them reduced rate, self-subsidized, if you will. Why don't more landlord types do that? You want to make America great to begin with? Try it. How can you say that America was ever great? 100 years ago, we were Russia's pawns in destroying Europe. I repeat, 100 years ago, we, the United States of America, were Russia, you know, the country that we find ourselves superior to. We were their pawns. Okay? Check check your position in the world. America, Trump, and other assorted dumplings. You're like naive little fucking school children with the level of arrogance you have achieved without conquering half the world, let alone, you know, most of it. Why don't you pull up a map and look at the countries that buy weapons from us exclusively, and look at the countries that buy weapons from Russia. Okay? And no, it's not exclusively. It's just if they buy weapons from us exclusively, they're our actual allies. If they buy from us and Russia, they're not our allies. And if you look in each one of those states where they buy from both, you find a hell of a lot of Russian intelligence, counterintelligence, propaganda, businesses, oil mostly. But anyway, Wherever I was going with that, we'll never know because I just remembered the topic of the video, so I'm going to get back to that. The lights are almost fully on my fish tank. It looks glorious. Kind of distracting. So, anyways, say you're in a conversation with somebody. I left off at like my stepdad. Say you're in a conversation with JQ Trump supporter. JQ Bernie baby. You don't need to remember Sergei Gorkov, Sergei Alesky, Paul Manafort, uh, like Mike Flynn. You don't need to remember his little RT dinner where he upstanded and applauded Putin like he was his fucking dear leader. Um, but that was during the Obama administration. What other choice did he have? Putin's white. Sick. Uh, if somebody's at that point, just don't even fucking bother with them. But actually, no. What I'm gonna tell you, you could still fuck with them. You could still win whatever you were fucking talking about. Okay? All you have to do is ask them. So, did you start tracking Russian propaganda during the Maidan massacre? Because I did. Just ask that simple question. Ask that to your average Fox News viewer. Do you know about the Maidan? Did you start tracking Russian propaganda back then? Because if you did, you could see clearly where all this was heading. So called conservative outlets were functioning as echo chambers of the Russian Federation and going against the national interest of the United States of America. Conservatives, for fuck's sake. And these people like Alex Jones need to be regularly associated with Trump because that's whose ideology Trump shares. The fact of the matter is, Trump made a point of associating with Alex Jones, knowing that Alex Jones believes that Sandy Hook was fake and all this shit, like 9/11 was inside job by the United States government, and so on and so forth, line by line, down the list of Russian promoted anti American conspiracies. They're anti government conspiracies. Whose government? Our government. That makes them anti American conspiracies. But you never notice that because they're telling you what you want to hear about Obama. They saw their opportunity and they pounced on the poor, unsuspecting prey that we, the United States, had become. And frankly, and I don't advise you telling anybody else this unless you got fists that look like mine. If you didn't start keeping track of what the Russians were doing the moment they started invading Ukraine, You failed as a man and as an American. You failed your country.